100-meter dash is more interesting than the marathon at the Olympics. So this series feels small. Game 1's Thursday. Game 2 is Sunday. Game 3 is Wednesday. I'm forgetting about this series. It is a forgetful, business-like series for OKC. This was one of these games, another downside to a long series, 7 games, even 5 games. There will be games built into a series that you know the winner before the tip-off. And last night, I'm sorry, OKC was winning that game, and they were going to win it comfortably. I mean, you got Aaron Wiggins is hot, and Jalen Williams and Alex Caruso. Forget SGA, who's going to break all sorts of playoff records. But, I mean, OKC has not lost back-to-back home games all season. You have to go to last year for them to do that when they were even younger, and SGA is getting better every year. So that game was decided. We can pick apart Halliburton's slow start. They made their customary run. This is what the Pacers do. They fall behind. They can start very slow, but here they come from behind, and they've done this through the entire playoffs. But the rosters aren't necessarily that even. I like Indiana's roster. I love Oklahoma City's roster. But through 2 games, OKC has led for 91 minutes, and through 2 games, Indy's led for 2. And that's kind of the series. So this series does not have a lot of star power. Obviously, I don't think size of markets matters that much. I mean, I think the highest-rated NBA final ever included Utah. So I don't think it matters that much, but there's not a lot of star power. And even SGA's game is very businesslike. It's not dynamic. It's not flashy. And it's not going to be a series we talk about much in between games. Oklahoma City is going to dominate it statistically. The question is, Oklahoma City is so young, and they've never been here before. Are they going to get tight when they go back home, or a chance in Indiana to seal it? Is this young team going to get tight? Because the best player in this series is SGA. I'm looking at numbers this morning, 30-plus points, 5 assist games. He's tied with LeBron and Michael Jordan, and he's going to blow through that. But he's not necessarily a fascinating player. And there are a lot of businesses and teams that are efficient, and they're calculated, and they're highly productive, and they're not that interesting.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm going to just stop it right there. Because I'm so tired of so many of the conversations surrounding this series. I mean, Nick Wright has talked about it. I'm hearing it actually all over the place. And actually I saw this on another post. Someone who I don't even necessarily really care to listen to all that much. And she made a comment, and she said, so many people are talking so poorly about this series, and it's by people who don't even like basketball. So like, why are we listening to them? And I'm not saying that Colin is in that category. I'm not saying that at all. But the takeaway, like, that game wasn't boring. Or SGA isn't boring. OKC isn't boring. Like, this is such a high level basketball. Like, imagine how we're talking about how, like, look what SGA is doing and how amazing it is. And he's up there now with LeBron James and Michael Jordan. But when MJ did it and when LeBron did it, it was exciting. It was box office. But when OKC and SGA does it, it's boring. Like, leading into the show, J-Mac was like, oh, it's Oklahoma boring city or whatever the heck he said. And I'm just like, it just rubs me the wrong way from the jump. They're like, there's not much to talk about this series, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yes, there is. First off, game 1, sorry, OKC, obviously you were on the receiving end of a bad moment, but like, that was wildly exciting. I screamed. I woke up my house. I mean, like, so this idea that this stuff isn't exciting, or that, like, oh, you just knew how the game was gonna go game 2 before it even started. Listen, I know I'm probably talking to a lot of Oklahoma City fans, and they're like, yeah, we were always gonna win that game. I get it, but at the same time, like, you were like, if you're an Oklahoma City Thunder fan, like, you're thinking, we got to win this game. We can't go down 0-2. You're excited. You're kind of on the edge of your seat. The Pacers are thinking, oh my God, we just won a wild game 1. See if we can steal game 2. Like, to pretend like that there wasn't excitement or intrigue going into this game is insane. Was this game the most exciting game I've ever seen? Was this like dueling back and forth? No. But it was awesome basketball. It was high-level basketball. OKC plays absolutely beautiful ball. And the Pacers normally do too, and they couldn't keep up. In this game, every time that that the Thunder were able to kind of get a gap, the Pacers did not have an answer. Whereas game 1, they had an answer. And also, the Pacers were cold. The Pacers had a lot of open shots. They were just not, I mean, there was like one stretch. I think it was in the first quarter, the second quarter. I mean, they had like wide open 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and they just kept missing. They just missed them. You know, like, so again, Thunder fans know this and Pacer fans know this. Like, you hit a couple of those shots during that stretch, I mean, it completely changes the game. I mean, basketball, this is like the biggest cliche, but it really is just the ultimate reality of the NBA. It is a make or miss league. There's a difference between the OKC being up 2-0 and now just being 1-1. Do you really think Halliburton makes that shot every single time? Of course not. Of course not. What did he probably technically have, like a 38% chance to make that shot or something like that, something around that range? And it just so happens that he made it in that moment and he wins the game, or it rims out. Thunder are up 2-0. So it's just that always becomes the problem with basketball in general, is that it's a make or miss league. Everyone's either making their shots or they're not. And if they are, you can get a really exciting, wild back and forth battle. If not, you can get a little bit more of a lopsided victory. You don't get that as much in football because it's not a make or miss league. It's not the way how football works. It's not the way how football operates. And a fumble can change everything. A tough pass interference call can change everything. Basketball is not like that. You could have the worst call you've ever seen, unless someone's like getting thrown out of the game, which is obviously not the norm in basketball. It's just one play, one possession, one basket. That wasn't a foul. Yes, it was. Okay, 2 points, whatever. In the realm when there's over 200 points being scored. So it's just that's always one of the issues that basketball fundamentally has with it. And listen, I railed on the regular season being boring. And you know, Colin's talking about a 7-game series being tough in basketball and why March Madness is the best because it's, you know, single game elimination, and I get it, but okay. Well, with game 1, then I guess the Pacers just win and there you go, end of series. They're the champions now. I guess like that's more exciting. I mean, maybe. But like, I don't know. The regular season needs to, I agree with shortening the schedule. That's fine. But the playoffs are wildly exciting. The only reason why I would want less games in the playoffs is because I want the players to be healthier. That's more about it than anything. But I mean, like, just to act like nobody cares about this series, or it doesn't matter, or this or that, doesn't have enough star power. That's a media problem. That's a failure of the media. Okay? The Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos played each other in the wild card round. Broncos do not have star power. It's not Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen. It's not the rematch between Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. And yet, everybody was flocking to watch that game. Because it's exciting. Rookie quarterback, like the narratives that they construct. The first, reaching the playoffs for the first time in 10 years. Can this Broncos defense slow down Josh Allen? Is this the year that Josh Allen gets to the Super Bowl? It's all media construction. All of it. But going into that game, people easily could have been like, this doesn't matter. Buffalo Bills are going to win. Broncos have no chance. Bo Nix is a rookie. Sean Payton's not good enough. Blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, okay, if you tell people that it doesn't matter, then people treat it like it doesn't matter. If you tell people that this series doesn't matter, if you tell people that SGA is boring, then people start to believe it. It makes me think of the show Mad Men with Don Draper when he says people want to be told how to think. And it's just like, if you keep telling people that things are boring and dumb and this and that, not exciting, well, then people start to believe it. They really do. They get influenced. That's why the media exists. If the media didn't influence people, then nobody would watch it. Nobody would care. You watch it because it does influence you to a degree. Now, how much? That's individual. But it's just like the conversation around this is like, again, I understand the regular season is a grind, boring. There's a lot of games that just fundamentally do not matter. It does not matter how many points someone scored in the third quarter in October against the Memphis Grizzlies. Like, it just doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Oh, Tyrese Maxey went 0 for 4 in the fourth quarter in November against the Atlanta Falcons. Like, it's like, yeah, that fundamentally does not matter. Who cares? And it's tough to talk about it like it does. Oh, he's got to be better in the fourth quarter. Yeah, okay, he does. You're right. It was one game out of 82. Hopefully he's better in the third or fourth quarter in the playoffs, in April, in March, May, or, whatever. But the playoffs don't have that problem. We can treat it as such, but that's just, that's a personal thing. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about these playoffs? Do you think that they've been boring? Do you think the finals right now is kind of just, again, I guess we'll just stick with the common theme, boring, not as exciting? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.